All right. We are here for Blockslop Inc. versus Vendi Vidi Vici, week 2 of the Summer League. And I apologize, now the audio is muted. I forgot to record it. We are starting on Ilios with Scrolls on Ball, Wyvernicane on Venture, Shadowbow on Vendetta, Link on Cat, and Ellie on Kiri. Whereas for Blockslop Inc., we have blue on Winston, Shadow going over, attacking Milky on the Lucio. Squeaker on the Freya, playing outside, Fanternal on the Kiriko, and Snake getting picked off early by Ellie on the Reaper. Alright, blue able to take down Ellie. Alright, Wyvern chasing Milky with Shadow, not able to catch her out yet, but getting the final pick. Link goes down to blue again. Very interesting that Link's died twice. At least I think he has. Both of these teams are fully here this week, so no subs. Alright, Squeaker does go down to Wyvern. Blue shoved into a little bit of a locker. Able to jump out to main. Scrolls slamming into the back line. Snake going down to Wyvern. Scrolls able to take down Milky. Blue going down, and finally it is just Squeaker left alive. That was a good fight from Vendi Vidi Vici. Scrolls takes down Squeaker. And blue is very far forward right now. Wyvern trying to get the pick on Fanternal, getting booped away. Blue getting taken down by the Sundering Blade. And Vendi Vidi Vici are very high up on ults here, looking really good for them. Alright, blue jumps onto the high ground. Scrolls just shooting at Squeaker. Ellie gets the pick onto Squeaker. And the Primal Rage comes out from blue. Wyvern able to get the pick onto Fanternal. Wyvern also getting the pick onto Milky. Scrolls' Mines taking down blue on point as he attempts to stall. Squeaker unable to get the second touch, and that is point 1 going to Vendi Vidi Vici. Alright, we see as Milky and Fanternal are swapping onto the Brig and Ana respectively. Squeaker over to the Cassidy, attempting to play more of a bunker comp to try and survive the ball dives and the follow-up from the DPS. Or actually, Snake is taking the Cassidy, Squeaker is going to be on the Tracer. Vendi Vidi Vici is playing a very all-or-nothing comp. If they can get picked off, or if blue and Squeaker can find picks before Fanternal, Milky, and Snake fall to the front line, it is very possibly winnable. Or there just needs to be a mistime with the dive, which is not impossible, but also very difficult given the strength of Scrolls, Wyvern, and Shadow, especially on their heroes. All right, Scrolls slamming, getting all 5 with that slam. Getting out right now. Playing underneath, Squeaker on the left side, getting chased out by Shadow. Almost getting taken down. Blue with Squeaker. Scrolls able to take down Fanternal. Milky soon to follow. Blue able to get the pick onto Ellie. Wyvern taking down Snake, and now it is a 3v2. Link is 1 on the Jetpack Cat, getting picked off by Blue Sniper Monkey. Wyvern goes down to Blue as well. Squeaker really helping out with these kills here. And now it just Scrolls on the ball, but the rest of the team is looking like they're almost back. All right, no one has capped point yet. Squeaker very low, Shadow sitting on point. Scrolls able to finish off Squeaker, and now Shadow engages. The flashbang comes out a little late from Snake, not able to catch Shadow. Blue forced to jump out, very low, as is a majority of Blockslop Inc. Scrolls popping the minefield, able to take down Blue and Fanternal. Wyvern taking down Snake, and that is another fight win for Vendi, Vidi, Vici. Scrolls really farming that minefield. I mean, no one was even close to their ult besides Squeaker. Snake's sort of close, but it, again, the minefield just came out so fast. Right, Wyvern poking from above, getting quite low. Squeaker sticking the wall. Unfortunate miss. Shadow getting the pick onto Blue. Link getting the pick onto Squeaker. All right, Milky pops the rally. Sundering Blade comes out from Shadow. Fanternal picking off Link. Shadow taking down Blue. The Catnap was used but failed. Wyvern taking down Fanternal. Shadow taking down Snake. And Scrolls taking down Blue. And all of them have fallen. It is just Squeaker trying to get the back cap onto point, but is about to go down to Shadow. Pops the recall, goes into cage, gets the mini, and is now collapsed on. And Squeaker goes down. Blue trying to get an exit pick, but he can't find the trade. Scrolls holding off all of the backline. The Kitsune rush coming out from Ellie. Gets taken down by Blue. Blue popping the primal, chasing Link out of the air. Eventually finding the pick thanks to Tony. And that is all she wrote for that fight. Blockslop Inc. finally getting control of the point for the first time this game. All right, the boop from Scrolls to take Fanternal off the map. Shadow able to take down Squeaker. Here comes Tectonic Shock from Wyvern, trying to clean up the back line. Gets a hit onto Snake. Snake, the only one left alive now, and he's collapsed on by all 3 of the front line, and that is going to be all she wrote. Squeaker possibly able to get the touch. No, not able to get it. That is Vendi, Vidi, Vici taking map 1. All right, for map 2, we are on New Junk City. Milky's game crashed, or Wi-Fi crashed, sorry. So Lex is in on Kiriko. Ignore the name, that is Lex. Blue is on the Roadhog, Fanternal on the Wu Yang, Lex on the Kiriko, Squeaker on the Cass, and Snake on the Reaper. Scrolls is on the Ramatra, Link on the Zenyatta, Wyvern on the Freya, Shadow on the Bastion, and Ellie on the Kiriko. All right, we see as The supports are with Squeaker on the right side, Snake TPing in deep. Scroll's pretty low. Blue able to get the pick onto Link. And now there's only Kiriko heals. It's not very rough because Kiri is the better healing output of their team. But it is still rough to not have the Discord in these fights. So, Link actually swapping over to the Ana, getting off of the Zenyatta. Scrolls still half HP, but Vendi, Vidi, Vici have done a really good job of stabilizing in the side room. Now they're ready to push out. Blue holding Vape, trying to stay alive. Squeaker finds the off angle onto Wyvern, tempting to get the finish, does not find it. Here's the Bastion form, able to take down Fanternal. Squeaker gets the trade onto Wyvern. Scrolls punching onto point. All right, here comes the Bastion ult from Shadow, trying to take down Blue. The anti, good. And now the Kitsune Rush comes out. Squeaker trying to get a trade with High Noon, but does not find it. And that is Vendi, Vidi, Vici going to be able to take point back. Snake going down. All right. Fanternal and Blue close to ults here. The Kitsune Rush not available for either team. Scrolls currently has Annihilation. The TP in from Snake, very low. Fanternal trying to keep him alive. Blue getting shot by the Freya repeatedly. There is the nade. Link taking damage from, or getting taken down from Squeaker. Blue pops the whole hog, pushes Scrolls away, but doesn't get taken down. And now Scrolls in the back line trying to stay alive, getting nanoed to keep him up. And he is really good discipline, not using the Ramatra ult there to stay alive, trusting that his supports are going to keep him alive. And the anti comes out, and it is just Vendi, Vidi, Vici cleaning up right now. All right. Unfortunately, no one is able to touch. Snake getting picked off early. Blue getting picked off in the disengage. Squeaker getting taken down. And it's just the supports left alive for Blockslop Inc., and they are trying to escape. Blue swapping over to the Orisa off of the Roadhog. All right, Wyvern taking down Snake. All right, Shadow onto the Bastion. Wyvern taking down Squeaker. All right. Blue running on the back line. Scrolls taking down Blue. Fanternal taking down Link. All right, and the Dire Triggers came out from Snake there. Squeaker still on the cast. We have 4 ults for the side of Blockslop Inc., only 2 ults on the side of Vendi, Vidi, Vici. If they use them smartly, they can still win this fight. Blue pushing forward with the Fortify. Here comes the Kitsune Rush from Lex. Squeaker using bullets. There's Annihilation from Scrolls, able to get the trades out onto Squeaker, and Lex, or almost getting Lex, getting it onto Blue as well. Scrolls low, getting saved by his team. On the disengaged, Snake is taken down, and that is really good for Vendi, Vidi, Vici. They've evened up ult economy relatively closely. Shadow popping the artillery, not finding a pick, but applying pressure. Wyvern able to get the pick onto Lex. That's really good. Fanternal popping the Wu Yang bubble. Snake popping the Death Blossom, Wyvern able to take down Fanternal, Scrolls taking down Blue, and it is just Squeaker versus Scrolls for point, and Scrolls is going to take down Squeaker, and that's all she wrote for that fight. All right, it is 2-0 for Vendi Vidi Vici. The update score. All right. Wyvern poking from main right now. Blue has the Terra Surge. Link has the Nano Boost. Ult economy relatively even right now, but later we'll start favoring Vendi Vidi Vici. Squeaker swapped over to the Sojourn, and Scrolls got the Nano that fight, taking down Lex. Scrolls back at the Annihilation. Kitsune Rush almost there. Blue popping the Terra Surge, a very desperate attempt to try and get a pick there, and going down. All right. The Sleep and Anti go down onto Blue. Squeaker able to get an early pick onto Wyvern. Blue pushing Shadow off the map with the Spear. Lex taking down Ellie. And it's looking like Blockslop Inc. is going to cleanly take this fight, get a team kill, and flip point. Having good control of point now. All right. 4 ults almost available on the side of Vendi Vidi Vici. Blockslop Inc. having 3 online as well. Shadow has swapped over to the Reaper. I don't remember how long he's been on that. Blue taking down Ellie. Scrolls popping the Annihilation early, almost getting burned out completely. Blue very low here. Scrolls actually able to take down Lex. Squeaker taking down Wyvern. The Annihilation ends, but Blockslop Inc. is just dead. And Scrolls has taken down Snake. Desperate overclock at the end to try and keep point, but Squeaker goes down. And there's just very little hope here for Blockslop Inc. 2 ults actively online, 2 ults mid-fight for Blockslop Inc. We're going to see Lex go down early to the Bola shot. Squeaker takes down Ellie. That is a trade. Snake going down to Scrolls. Blue trying to get the trade onto Scrolls, but getting antied by Link. Squeaker going down. Blue going down. Internal going down. And it's just Snake on point. And he goes down. And that is a clean 3-0 for Vendi Vidi Vici. Now we are on to Runasapi, and I'm going to take a pause for a moment. All right, and I am back after blowing my nose. And we are seeing as Lex has been swapped out for Eve on the side of Blockslop Inc. Blockslop Inc. playing Domina, Kiri Lucio, Farah, and Emre. Whereas Vendi Vidi Vici are back to their comp from Ilios. All right, Blue taking down Shadow earlier. Shadow able to get the trade onto Squeaker. Wyvern getting the trade onto Snake. Getting pushed by Blue going down to Eve. Scrolls getting half forced to disengage. It is the tank and supports for both sides. Both supports getting very low on the side of Blockslop Inc., but Scrolls cannot find the finish. Scrolls very low, going down, getting stunned by Blue, a good way to stop his disengage, and now Blue pushes forward with the numbers advantage very aggressively. All right, Ellie able to TP out. And Blockslop Inc. takes the early lead. Squeaker getting the exit pick on Link. And now we are seeing as Blockslop Inc. is ready for the next fight. Scrolls swapping over to the Diva, Link swapping over to the Brig. I believe the Brig is to mark the Tracer, and then Diva is to try and shut down probably the front line and stop Curie heals. All right, Wyvern taking down Squeaker early. Domino ult getting eaten by Defense Matrix. Really good stuff there from Scrolls. Snake getting taken down. All of Blockslop Inc. really getting collapsed on there. Blue is going down, and so is Fanternal. Vendi, Vidi, Vici finding a lot of these early kills. Onto Blockslop Inc. able to take them out systematically after they get that early pick. It's really on the shoulders of... Squeaker getting an early pick onto Shadow. Okay. Ooh, massive pulse from Squeaker onto Link. Squeaker's now chasing down Ellie. Fanternal getting the exit pick onto Ellie. Wyvern getting the trade onto Snake, going down to Fanternal and Blue. And now it is a 2v1 for Scrolls, getting demeched. Squeaker actually there with them. Squeaker taking down Scrolls. And that is all she wrote for that fight. Blockslop Inc. pushing forward with the bot. Eve taxiing back Snake. Scrolls now heading over to the Zarya. All right. Here comes the engage from the front line of Vendi, Vidi, Vici, able to get the picks. The bubble being really good on Shadow. Squeaker getting forced out as Shadow chases the front line of Vendi, Vidi, Vici back. All right, and the overhead came out from Shadow. Here's the Domina ult from Blue, getting onto Shadow, not finding anyone else, and it gets broken easily. Scrolls taking down Fanternal, Wyvern taking down Blue, Ellie taking down Squeaker, Wyvern engaging onto Snake, finding the kill, and that is just another full team wipe, or full fight win. Blue swapping over to the Reinhardt here. Some say he feels inspired. Squeaker seeing Scrolls early. Link's catching on to Squeaker here. Blue trying to pin in, not finding anything yet. Here comes the stick from Squeaker to shut down the Sundering Blade. Blue getting stunned. Rally out for Link. It has just ended. Snake able to take down Wyvern. Blue trying to stay alive. Able to stabilize with his team. And now Vendi, Vidi, Vici have to leave. And Blockslop Inc. is pushing forward aggressively. Blue able to get the pin onto Ellie, holding shield, trying not to die here, but goes down. And that was just a really good recontest from Vendi, Vidi, Vici. Snake alone on cart, trying to not die, going to likely get staggered here. Yep, Shadow getting the pick onto Snake late, and Blockslop Inc. have to regroup without him. All right, the Grav online for Scrolls. Wyvern almost on the Tectonic Shock. Blue holding a shield, holding space here. Shadow getting very low, getting the bubble. Big slam alert hitting both Scrolls and Ellie. Link getting very low. Blue trying to find a finish here. The Kitsune Rush was very good at keeping them all alive. Blue pushing in, not able to find anything yet. Here comes the Deadeye from Snake. Wyvern jumping on the back line. The pulse from Squeaker after getting grabbed. Blue killing Link, and Blue also getting the pin again onto Ellie. And that is Blockslop Inc. actually stabilizing and able to take that fight there. Right, Blue pushing very aggressively to try and finish Scrolls here, able to get the finish. While Shadow and Link pushing forward, the stun comes out. Blue very low. Fanternal goes down to it. Blue very aggressive there. Maybe the exit pick was not such a great idea, causing Tony's death. And Shadow able to take down Snake. And now Cart is back in control for Vendi Vidi Vici. They just have the Sundering Blade online here, but Blockslop Inc. not really in control of their, not really having ults. Now they have the Kitsune Rush. Eve gets picked off early by Wyvern. That's not great. Blue taking the bot to mid. Scrolls and Shadow getting onto the back line, able to take down Snake early. Blue forced backwards. Wyvern picking off Squeaker. Blue's alone, gets the pin, gets knocked down, and dies. I believe Vendi Vidi Vici should be able to take lead here, given Blue's fully dead. Yeah, they take lead. Squeaker spotted on the side. Bubble goes to Shadow to try and clear him or get the kill. Squeaker blinks into the overhead. Fanternal able to take down Wyvern. Eve now getting chased down by Shadow, getting taken down. Fanternal getting very low. The Shatter comes out. Blue able to take down Link. But Blue's looking very low here. And gets taken down. Scroll's able to find the melee onto him through the shield, able to take him down. Squeaker trying to stall for as long as he can. Possibly get the frag onto Ellie, but she gets bubbled and saved by Scrolls. And now Wyvern just holding underneath. Blue seeing Wyvern pop out. Hits 1, 2 fire strikes. It's good. Kitsune Rush came out from Fanternal. Squeaker able to take down Shadow. Blue gets the pin, hits Ellie. And that is just what we call some flats gaming right there. Scrolls going down to Blue as well. He's making some heroic plays on the Reinhardt right now. And Squeaker gets the final pick onto Link. And now Blockslop Inc. looking to push forward and try to get the lead back. Wyvern playing against Squeaker right now. Ellie finding an angle to heal him safely. Shadow pushing forward. And Squeaker's on the outside. And now Blue is pushing Card up, getting pretty close. Scroll's very low here. Here comes the Deadeye from Snake, not able to find anything. Snake actually able to get the pick onto Link. Tony goes down to the Tectonic Shock, followed closely after by Snake. Shadow able to get the pick onto Blue. Scroll's getting Squeaker, and is just Eve left alive, able to get the exit frag onto Shadow. She's actually left alive, but the team is going to clear her late. Blue getting booped. The cart gets walked up. Squeaker getting the touch. Blue also getting the touch. Bashing out. And Blue goes down to Link. The whip shot being good. The rally comes out. And with that, Blockslop Inc. are going to get picked off one by one. And despite how close that was, Vendi Vidi Vici will be taking this set 3-0.